In Ithaca, a rumor has given rise to a remarkable uncovering, a sprawling, 2,400-year-old sanctuary that appears to have been dedicated to none other than Homer's legendary hero, Odysseus. The Repo Archaeologists' discovery is a literal bridge between the mythic world of the epic poem and the historical landscape of the ancient Greek world. The Odyssey has long stood as the very definition of an epic journey. It has been translated into more than 60 English versions, adapted into more than 30 films, and even reimagined by Christopher Nolan in a film that has just hit theaters. Yet, until now, scholars largely treated the story as a fabulous narrative rather than a record of an actual king. The site itself sits high on the rocky slope of Mount Exoge in Ithaca. Locals have named it the School of Homer for generations, but it was not until the first excavation in 1878 that archaeologists began to dig on the outcrop. That early dig found almost nothing that matched the vivid scenes of the Homeric text. Fast forward to the early 21st century. A systematic pajamas of digs ran from 1994 to 2011, but neither yielded the trophies of a forgotten palace. Then, in 2018, Giannos G. Lolos, an archaeologist from the University of Ioannina, relaunched the exploration. His team's meticulous work has now brought to light a grand ceremonial hall, a strategic watchtower, and an intact cistern built in a distinctive Mycenaean style. One might be tempted to think that the ruins are as ancient as the 12th century BC period, the time commonly associated with the travels of Odysseus. Dr. Lolos, however, stresses that there is no evidence that the surviving parts of the complex date back to that era. The structures are actually younger, dating to a period within the last 2,400 years, which places them squarely in the Hellenistic era. Rachel Koser, an archaeologist and art historian who was not ordered with the project, points out that the new pieces don't shed light on the Bronze or Iron Age in which the story itself is set. Instead, they reveal how Hellenistic Greeks constructed a mythic past so vividly that it gained real, visible devotion. The fact that the Greeks of antiquity built a sanctuary that would be called the School of Homer shows the depth of cultural reverence. Odysseus was not just an imagined figure. For them, he was a patron worthy of a ceremonial hall, a watchtower perhaps to guard his memory, and even a cistern that carried his name. The archaeological evidence suggests a real cultural phenomenon, the blending of Homeric storytelling and a localized worship cult. The discovery underscores that the poetic line of the Odyssey may have been more than a fictional note in history, it could have influenced architecture, religious practice, and civic pride. So, the next time you hear an all-night retelling of Odysseus' trials or imagine yourself reading the ancient verses, remember that once upon a time, a group of people stood on those terraces, chanting, praying, or perhaps even building a temple in his honor. It's a reminder that stories can be so powerful they become part of the physical world. Thank you for traveling this mile with us along a ridge where myth and reality meet. If you're intrigued by the ways ancient peoples honored their heroes, stay tuned for more episodes exploring the surprising intersections of history and legend.